When he killed the woman that resembled his mother in like his mind, that was a turning point in the show for me to think, okay, this isn't such a kid-friendly show after all.
Chris a senpai, pull up to the blaze like a samurai. Young OG Rochi fully Genkai.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Iceberg Slim, aka Coach the Don, and today I am doing a season 2 review for Magi. And if you saw my season 1 review, you saw I was looking forward to this season. This is a very unique style of anime. It's very in no way is it simplistic, in no way is it derivative or repetitive. This is its own show in its own void. I think the only similarities I would put with it in other shows would be, I guess, the use of elemental power such as fire, water, stuff like that, wind. But you can't really get away with that. You can't really get away from that in anime for the majority of the time, because it's always entertaining, so I was fine with that. But yeah, this anime is its own thing. So, going into season 2, let's talk about the good things first. One thing I really enjoyed, this season was really more focused on the in-depthness of each character, even the new ones, like the black-haired prince of the Ko Empire with the wooden arm that just became a dungeon capturer. Season 1, he was pretty passive. He was pretty reserved, not much of a warrior. Had a little bit of fighting experience, but nothing to really just worry about on the battlefield. This season, they went more in depth in who he really is as a character, his backstory, and the journey he's on to kill his mother, who basically destroyed their whole kingdom and killed his brothers and father. That was a great plot twist. I didn't see that coming. That was good. I like that. I think that was like the third or fourth episode, and that's when I saw the writing start to elevate a little bit, and even the show got a little bit more gruesome. When he killed the woman that resembled his mother in like his mind, that was a turning point in the show for me to think, okay, this isn't such a kid-friendly show after all. Like season 1, it was kind of friendly, kind of a little soft. They tackled some hard issues, but they didn't go too in depth in all of them. But this one, now they're getting more gruesome in their artistry. I like that. I'm a fan of that. On to the director of the Magic Academy, or Magic Country, I forget the name of it. We get to see him, who wasn't even the character in season 1, but new character in season 2. We get his whole life story, from a child to teenager to father and adulthood, how he loses his wife, his daughter, all the way to old age. What it means for him to be a magician living in the world of non-magic users and the differences they share. And at times his point of view can seem a little prejudiced, actually deeply prejudiced, deeply. But at the end of the show, he realizes he was wrong, and he makes a turning point in his life right before the brink of death, and realizes all humanity is worth saving. So that was nice. And they also got a lot more in depth with the uses of Jenny Crypt this season. We got to see the different characters, old and new, get the personal Jenny Crypt, which basically allows the user to become significantly stronger in battle. And we got to see the design of each one and the functions of it. I enjoyed that a lot. Now, what I didn't enjoy so much, everything that I was looking for to be continued from season 1 to season 2 didn't happen. It wasn't, nothing that I predicted to find in season 2 came to fruition, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, because I feel like the majority purpose of season 2, at least the middle, in a sense, was just to get the ball rolling and set things up. So I do feel like season 1 was a little bit more detailed in the writing, but it had like some soft parts where the writing was kind of shaky, but it was detailed enough to make it pass through. Season 2 was more, the writing was better, but it was so broad sometimes you don't really just fully know what all is going on. You just get the gist of it. So it's like, okay. But like I said, they did a great job with setting things up. Like in the beginning, the prince with the wooden arm, his character development is a complete 180. From the moment he killed his mom to the very last episode, turning out to be evil, saw none of it coming. That's good. That's good writing. I like that. He actually started to become more of a top tier character for me. Towards the middle of the season, I was really enjoying him. But I was sadly mistaken to think that I was gonna see more of Gianna in season 2, and more of Sinbad and even Judal. They didn't really just get their proper screen time. But then again, I can't be too upset because I do feel like they just casted them aside to introduce these new characters, which were also strong. But like I said before, it was such a broad introduction. You don't really just know these characters that much. Like the prince, the majority of the royal family of Ko. We get the fact that they're strong, but we don't know their really story like that. We don't know their backstory too much. They just kind of introduced them and had them box a little bit, which is nice, but nothing just immense to know what these characters have been through. But I was really into the fact that they gave that entire kingdom a whole, I want to say like either 17 or 21 members of the tribe Morgiana's from, a whole fighting force, and they showed out this season. They were probably in like one episode before the final war, maybe 2 at the most. But when they got to the war, they showed out, and they showed how important it is to have characters like them on your side, because it makes a huge difference. I was a little confused about the character development with Titus though, in the last half of the season, because how he was introduced, he was like a snarky, arrogant magician, but like 2 episodes later, after meeting Aladdin, he became something much bigger, far more important to the show than I ever thought he would be, and more of a caring, kind-hearted soul. I didn't see any of that coming, but I did still enjoy it. Like I was saying, I was really disappointed to not see Morgiana or Sinbad or Judal in the show until the final 2 episodes, but I do understand that they were just introducing new characters. But I was ecstatic when I seen them show up in the last 3 episodes, and they made a huge impact when they did come. The majority of this season, they're not there, but they made up for it with the last 3 episodes, kinda. I remember for season 1, I believe I gave Magi a solid B for a grade. After watching season 2, I would definitely give it a solid B+, because even though the most popular characters weren't in the show so much, even Sinbad had like maybe 2, maybe 3 episodes at the most, and a big spectacular part at the end. The scenes where they do go more in depth in like Jenny Quip, and the writing for certain aspects of the season are definitely B+ tier writing. So even though it wasn't just in depth and detail about every single thing like season 1 was, it was still a high quality, even though broad. Just personally, I feel like season 1 had so many different things going on at once, from poverty to slavery to overthrowing the kingdom to becoming a democratic republic to we also about to go to war, just stacked on each other. But at the same time, they gave us such a detail and backstory on why everything was happening. It was very easy to follow. I just feel like the delivery sometimes in the writing was kind of shaky, but they did give you enough information to follow along. Favorite characters in season 2? Would definitely say Aladdin is there. I love how they went in depth with him learning magic and like the magic system of the 8 different types of magic and how everything just works. They did a great job with that. Sinbad, of course, showing us why he's the strongest man in the show. That's not a Magi. I love that. He put out, and we still haven't even seen every gen equip he has. We've just seen like I think 3, maybe 3. That was great. Aladdin is still not one of my favorite characters, but I will acknowledge that he is improving, and I will acknowledge that he has earned more respect for the training he's done and the gen equip that he now owns. Even though he's still not a top tier character, and a lot of other characters are better with their gen equip, you definitely can see the progress. So I cannot be mad at that. That's maybe season 3 he'll come around and be the guy everybody wants him to be. But he is elevating, so that's always good. But yeah, like I was saying, at the end of the season, I definitely give it a B+ now in my mind. I'm looking forward to season 3. Not sure when it's gonna come out because it's been a long time since season 2. But hey, I'm hopeful. But until then, peace. We just venting.
You know, I was just venting, man. You know.
Empire, pull up to the blaze like a samurai. Young OG Rochi, fully gang Kai. Fully Todoroki, I spit bar and ice. Open all engaged, feel like Mike Guy. Looking for ass kicking, I'm